Hey, thanks for clicking on my video. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you my Chadwick Boseman 3D printed model. It is a life-size bust that I created as a tribute to Chadwick Boseman when he passed away. Basically just honoring the life that he had, and just because I was such a big fan of Black Panther and when he played Jackie Robinson in 42. So I wanted to create this life-size bust. In doing so, full disclosure, I wouldn't have been able to 3D model as detailed of a model that I was envisioning in my head. So I hired two different artists on CG Trader to help me with creating this finished piece. But once the model was finished, I printed out the parts and assembled the Chadwick Boseman bust, and then I airbrushed and painted everything. So I'm basically, in this video, I'm going to be taking you through some of my steps of how this model came to be. As I mentioned earlier, I was on CG Trader and hired two different artists to help me with this, and I found the one artist had a super nice Black Panther suit and necklace, and I liked his head too, but it wasn't as realistic as I was trying to achieve with this model. So that's where I found this model was an extremely detailed head of Chadwick Boseman, and I've got the artist descriptions here so you could go back if you ever wanted to do something similar or see some of their other work, and I can leave a link in the description as well. But basically I explained to both of them what the project was. They were both okay with the modification of the files, and this guy here was actually the one who helped take the other guy's head and merge it onto this Black Panther torso. So in a second I'll show you what the finished result was of the 3D model. He modified the head and the neck so that they could fit together as two separate pieces when they were printed, and it actually came out super clean. I mean, I had to do some sanding for the head and the neck to fit because there wasn't enough tolerance between the two, but overall it's a super nice model. I mean, just looking at the detail between the two, I think I got the best of both worlds here with the necklace and for the Black Panther suit and armor, and then of the head of Chadwick Boseman himself. I mean, it's even got like the stubble and the beard, super detailed. Let's see, so basically after I had this 3D model ready, I went and printed it. So I saved up a whole bunch of clips and with my GoPro, just different time lapses that I created. So I will kind of cut to those and you can see kind of the process of how it went. And it took about 25 hours to print the head of Chadwick Boseman, and then it took about 35 hours to print the Black Panther suit and the armor. So in total was about, I want to say 60 hours of total print time, and yeah, then it required a bit of support removal. So removing the support materials was a little bit of a time-intensive process. I used these little needle nose pliers and removed them mainly by hand, and I'll use an X-Acto knife as well to get the little snips off of there. And then after I got all the supports removed, I sanded it down, fit the head on, and then I started to airbrush the model. So I did use a primer layer first before going on with the base coats. But yeah, I just used basic black for the suit and armor, and then I just did the finer details by hand. For airbrushing I used Createx paints, and for painting by hand I used Vallejo acrylic paints. Painting in the eyes was definitely one of the hardest and most rewarding parts of the project. I mean, just because it's really super fine details, and I was kind of nervous to mess up. I mean, I knew I could just go back with a different layer or a different outline later if I did screw up and go a little bit outside the zone, but I was still a little nervous because I had put so much time into airbrushing the details and doing all the smaller, finer details that the eyes were like the last finishing touch to the model. But yeah, I think it actually came out really well, and this was one of the largest paint jobs that I've done to date. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. I'm a new YouTuber, so I'm just starting out and trying to make these videos as fun and educational as I can. Kind of show my process, but yeah, I guess this is the end of the video, and I guess I'll leave you guys with this. This was the finished product. Let me know in the comments, what did you guys think? Did you like the video? Should I do more of these kind of how-to videos of how I made these projects? Just let me know in the comments. Curious to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks.